Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Pisces and Virgo on Saturdays. I'm going to go ahead and put these cards back. But like I said, or rather like I was saying, the deck that I'm using today is called the... I'm going to go ahead and take these ones. But like I was saying, the deck that I'm using today is called the Robin Wood Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description below. And just sort of as final heads up, sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them, however, I usually don't take them unless they jump out of the deck. And I'm going to try to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put these ones back. Actually, I'm going to take this one. Alright, so just going to take this time to remind you guys to leave a like or a comment. I really like knowing if these readings resonate with you guys, and the comment section is a great way for me of knowing that. But your overall energy here is the Knight of Cups. Now, whenever I see the Knight or Page of Cups, I always know that it's a message of the emotional variety, right? So oftentimes, an emotional message will be, you know, an apology or kind of like a proposal of love. You know, it just kind of depends on what your individual situation is like. But I think that for some of you, it might actually be a message, like just a normal everyday message, but that's given in an emotional way, right? And it's very interesting because we have here the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is a really nice card to have, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles talks about, you know, I like to call it my happy wife, happy life card. So you can see here that this person, or that this boy is surrounded by pets, surrounded by family. You know, we have the symbolism of the Ten of Pentacles up there. So it's like he's surrounded by sort of wealth and people that care about him. And because you have the Nine of Wands here, it almost feels like there's some connection here to the house, to this sort of nuclear family unit that needs healing, right? I feel like there's some kind of a situation at home where things aren't quite as happy and dandy as they may seem, and there's some healing that needs to go on, right? Because to me, the Ten of Pentacles is very much about the way people perceive what a happy home is like, and the fact that we have Chiron here, or sorry, the Nine of Wands here, which is very Chiron-esque to me, right? It's very much like the wounded warrior and the healing that needs to be done. I feel like there's, like, not everything is the way it seems, and I feel like there's some healing that needs to be done. And I feel like it might have to do with a lot of early childhood situations here, because the Six of Cups to me talks about nostalgia, it talks about childhood, it talks about situations in love also, and because there's this Two of Pentacles here, it almost feels as if there's like this need to strive for balance between like what you've been taught and what you've learned, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like this person has definitely had some like issues in the home, or is currently having some issues in the home. And they don't have to be terribly extreme or bad issues. It just feels like they're either in the process of doing healing, or they have already done healing, and now they're trying to sort of assimilate the healing to what they've learned in the past. So it's like they're trying to work these things into the way that they've And I'm definitely getting that there were arguments in the past, because I see this Five of Wands here, and the Five of Wands talks about competition and arguments and sort of ruthlessness in some situations, and there's walking away from that, right? So this person is here sort of like in the middle of it all, trying to come up with a way of sort of synthesizing the good parts of their childhood and what they've learned about like conflict resolution, especially here with the Five of Wands that talks about that conflict. I'm getting the number 5 might actually be kind of relevant to some of you guys because of the Five of Wands. It almost feels as if your situation might involve 5 specific people. But there's this Six of Wands here. Sorry, Six of Swords. Six of Swords means walking away from a situation. And I may have for sure I just absent-mindedly called it the Six of Wands. I may have actually done that earlier as well, now that I'm thinking about it. But I do want to bring up the symbolism of the Six of Wands is the victory card, right? So I'm guessing that for a lot of you guys, you know, it's not going to be a negative outcome. Like there's this feeling or this want of positivity, and I feel like it's going to be pretty good, right? I do want to bring up that we have sort of this 6 and the 6, right? So there's strong 6 energy. We have the 1 going into the 2, and then we have the Knight going into the Queen of Cups, right? So that's 12 into 13, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm getting the feeling, also in the 9 into the 10, right? So you guys, 5, 6, 6, right? So you guys are definitely going to see a lot of movement right now, I feel. And like I was saying earlier with this 5, it might be that there's like 5 different parts of your life or 5 different things that are going on all at once. And you're kind of in a situation where one thing while one thing is trudging along, like suddenly you look over and something else is like a lot further along, and then you look over at item number 3 and that's like further along than you expected, and you look back at item number 1 and you know in the time that you were tending to the other 2 things, that's moved along as well, right? So I'm getting there's like a lot of unexpected movement here. It's not going to be like sitting and watching paint dry. It's actually going to be like kind of like a resource management kind of a thing, where you're giving things the allotted time that they need and letting things succeed in the way that they need to. But like I was saying, like this Queen of Cups, also, I should mention that the Queen of Cups represents water signs, right? So Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces, such as yourself. So I think it's really nice that you have the Water Queen in your reading, because it feels like you guys are very much in your element right now. You know, Pisces tend to be very dreamy, nurturing, you know, kind and loving, you know, and those qualities are the same qualities that the Queen of Cups. And to see that here leads me to believe that you guys are sort of feeling, I don't want to say at peace, but like you're kind of in like a stronger mood right now. I feel like you've found some kind of support or found something that's helping you, and as a result you have this Ace of Swords, right? And the Ace of Swords is a really powerful card to have, because the aces talk about new beginnings and the swords talk about clarity. So I feel like there's something here that wasn't very clear to you before and you couldn't quite understand, or there was something that made you feel a certain way and it was like off and you just couldn't put your finger on it. And now that there's this Ace of Swords here, there's a lot more clarity. So you guys are understanding things. And like you're perhaps getting new information that lets you understand things in a way that you didn't quite before. And I feel like that's all contributing, and that's probably as a result of this Knight of Cups. I feel like if somebody comes forth with an apology or something, they're gonna like say, oh, well, this, that, and the other. Probably has to do with this whole situation over here. And I feel like at the end of the day, whatever it is, we have this moving away from conflict, and I feel like it also applies to you as well, that you guys, the Queen of Cups, are also moving away from conflict. This Five of Wands, this competition, this arguments, all that negative, nasty energy there, you guys are moving away from it. But that was your reading first time around, Pisces. If you guys enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate for you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Pisces videos on Saturdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.